Have you ever stopped to notice how popping a pink antacid pill or fizzing up a sachet of fruit salt has just become a completely normal part of our evening routine? Think about it for a second. You go to a wedding, you eat a heavy meal, and the first thing you look for when you get home is that little anti-gas tablet for relief. We joke about having a gas problem, we brush it off and blame it on our age. Or we just accept that feeling, a burning sensation in our chest and carrying a balloon in our stomach is a simply part of living in India today. But I am here to tell you this normalization of gut pain is a massive red flag. Our bodies are literally crying for help. Acidity and bloating are not just minor everyday inconveniences. They are distress signals from a digestive system that is being pushed to its absolute breaking point by how we live today. But the good news is, because this is a lifestyle problem, the power to fix it is entirely in our hands. Today we are going to break down 5 specific, deeply concerned reasons native to modern Indian lifestyle that are destroying our gut health. And more importantly, we are going to look at highly practical everyday solutions to fix them starting today. Let us start with the first and perhaps the most common reason we are suffering: the incredibly late Indian dinner. In millions of our homes, the dinner is served at 9:30, 10 or even sometimes 11 at night. Often it is the heaviest meal of the day, acting as one time the whole family can sit down together. But here is the basic science of why this is wreaking absolute havoc in your digestion. Your stomach is very much like a mixer grinder. When you put food in it, it churns and releases very strong acids to break that food down. Now, to keep those highly corrosive acids safely inside the stomach where they belong, your body relies heavily on simple physical force, that's gravity. When you eat a heavy spicy meal at 10:30 at night, then immediately lie down flat on your bed, you are completely removing gravity from the equation. The acid, which is meant to stay low in your stomach, easily travel backwards and spill up into your esophagus. This is exactly what causes that sharp burning sensation in your chest, commonly known as heartburn or acid reflux. Furthermore, your digestion naturally slows down as the sun sets. Your body is preparing for rest, not for breaking down a rich paneer curry or a mutton biryani. So the food just sits there fermenting in your gut all night, leading to a massive uncomfortable bloating in the morning. The solution here is incredibly simple, though it requires a firm shift in your daily routine. At first, shift your dinner time earlier. Aim to finish your absolute last meal by 7:30 or 8 in the evening. Give your body a clear, upright window for at least 2 to 3 hours before your head hits the pillow. Next, make your lunch the heaviest meal of the day, when your digestive fire or metabolism is at its absolute peak. Keep dinner very light and easy to digest, like clear soups, a simple salad or light dal. You can also adopt the practice of Shatpavali. This is an ancient Ayurvedic practice which literally translates to walk 100 steps after a meal. Instead of collapsing on the sofa to watch television, take a gentle 15-minute walk around your home or street. It aids the downward movement of food and significantly reduces that bloated feeling. Now let's move on to the second major reason, our drastic and modern shift towards highly processed cooking oils and packaged food. If you look inside Indian kitchen 50 years ago, the fat used were primarily local, traditional and cold pressed. Things like raw mustard oil in the north, unrefined coconut oil in the south, and of course good quality homemade ghee. Today, those has been largely replaced by highly refined, chemically extracted, transparent seed oils, alongside an endless supply of packaged snacks loaded with artificial preservatives. Why is this a modern tragedy for your stomach? Imagine gut microbiome, the trillions of good bacteria living in your intestines, as a lush, beautiful garden. Traditionally, natural fats and whole food act like high quality organic fertilizer for this garden. But the heavily refined oils and artificial preservatives acts exactly like weed killer. They trigger massive inflammation in the stomach lining and actively destroy the good bacteria that help you smoothly digest your food. When the good bacteria die off, bad bacteria take over. These bad bacteria are notoriously inefficient at breaking down food. As a natural byproduct of their struggle, they produce excessive amount of gas. This is why you feel like blown up balloon after eating a packet of highly processed junk food. The practical fix here involves going back to our roots. Return to traditional cold pressed oil. Look for oils labeled specifically as kachigani or cold pressed. Whether it is groundnut, sesame, mustard, using raw oils native to a specific region is much gentler and far more recognizable to your stomach. Please do not be afraid of pure ghee. It contains a magical component called butyrate, which is a type of fatty acid that actually heals, repairs, and soothes an inflamed intestinal lining. Next, cut out those packaged evening snacks. Replace those shiny pack of deep fried preservative-laden chips and biscuits with a roasted groundnut, a handful of soaked almonds, or fresh seasonal fruit. Your gut bacteria will thank you instantly. The third alarming reason behind our national digestion crisis is the reality of modern sedentary desk job. Millions of us are spending 8, 10 or even 12 hours a day sitting completely hunched over a laptop. Human bodies were designed to move, to hunt, to gather and to farm. When it comes to digestion, physical movement is non-negotiable. Think of your digestive tract like a long flexible tube. Food moves through this tube by a process called peristalsis, which is a series of rhythmic wave-like muscle contractions. Physical activity naturally stimulates these vital contractions. When you sit completely still for hours on end, you are physically compressing your digestive organs. You are literally squeezing your stomach and intestines together and leaving them absolutely no room to expand and to do their work. Because of this, the peristalsis movement slows down, the food stagnates in your digestive tract, and just like water in a stagnated pond, it begins to rot, ferment and produce trapped gas. You do not need an expensive gym membership to fix this. You just need consistent gentle movement integrated throughout your workday. Set a recurring timer on your phone or your computer screen. Every 45 minutes you must stand up. You don't have to run a marathon, just stand up for 2 straight minutes to decompress your organs. Do a few simple seated spinal twists in your chair. Gentle twisting motions physically massage the internal organs and help force the trapped gas out of the system. If you have to take a long phone call, do not do it sitting down. Walk around your room, your balcony or your office corridor. These tiny movements add up to keep the digestive tract motile. This brings us to the fourth concerning cause, which is truly the silent killer of modern India, the epidemic of high stress. We are living in a constant state of urgency. Deadlines, traffic, financial pressures, family expectations. Our minds are always racing at 100 miles an hour. But what does mental stress have to do with stomach acidity? Absolutely everything. Your brain and your gut are deeply connected by something called vagus nerve. It is a direct two-way highway of communication. When you are stressed, your brain perceives a physical threat and triggers the fight or flight response, flooding your body with cortisol and adrenaline. Imagine you are suddenly faced with a hungry tiger. In that moment of absolute panic, your body logically realizes that digesting your lunch is not a priority. Surviving the tiger is. So it immediately reroutes blood flow away from your stomach and send it straight to your arms, legs, so you can run away. In modern lives, we aren't running from literal tigers, but our bodies react to a highly stressful work. It works exactly the same way. Digestion completely shut down, acid production goes haywire, and either producing way too much out of panic or too little to properly break down your food. That's why eating during a stressful condition guarantees indigestion. Finally, the fifth major reason we are constantly acidic and bloated is our highly erratic, unpredictable meal timings. One day we have lunch at 1 in the afternoon, the next day at 3:30, and on the weekends maybe we wake up late and skip it entirely. We treat our stomach like convenience stores that are open 24/7, expecting them to safely handle food whenever we randomly decide to drop it in. But human biology does not work like that. Our bodies operate on strict internal clocks known as circadian rhythm. Your stomach is a creature of deep habit. If you usually eat lunch exactly at 1 o'clock, your brain sends an automatic signal to your stomach at 12:45 to start manufacturing digestive acids and powerful enzymes, so it is fully prepared for the incoming food. It is exactly like a factory getting the heavy machinery turned on before the raw materials arrive. Now, what happens if it's 1 o'clock and the acid is ready and waiting, but you are stuck in terrible meeting and do not eat until 3? The highly corrosive acid has absolutely nothing to work on except the delicate, sensitive lining on your stomach walls. This causes severe inflammation, deep burning, and eventually painful ulcers. The key here is absolute consistency and respecting your body's natural internal clock. Try your absolute best to eat your breakfast, lunch, and dinner at exact same time every single day. Even if you are incredibly busy, do not let your stomach sit totally empty when it is biologically expecting the food. If you know you are going to be delayed, eat a piece of fruit, a small handful of almonds, or sip on some traditional buttermilk. Give the stomach acid something productive and healthy to work on so it does not attack your stomach lining. We have covered a lot of crucial ground today, but the core message I want to leave you with is one of pure empowerment. The painful bloating, the burning chest, and the constant daily discomfort, these are not inevitable parts of getting older, and they are definitely not things that just have blindly to live with. They are direct, reversible reactions to late dinners, highly processed oils, and sitting totally still all day, unmanaged chronic stress, and eating at random chaotic hours. By simply understanding the basic science behind how our incredible body works, we can make profound life-altering changes. You do not need a medicine cabinet full of expensive supplements or endless packets of artificial antacids. You just need to listen to your gut. Start tonight. Eat a little earlier. Walk for 15 minutes. Your digestive system is a vital engine in your entire body, the absolute core of your long-term health and vitality. Treat it with respect it deeply deserves. Give it the right environment to thrive, and I promise you it will reward you with boundless energy and life free from pain. Thank you so much.